Hi, welcome. Now I'm going to show you what is the difference between INT function and trunc function. Okay, usually people think that INT and trunc both works in the same way, that to remove the decimal part and get the integer part of the number. Most of the time people forget about trunc, and they are thinking integer INT function is the function which is to get the integer part of the number, but which is actually wrong. Okay, I will show you why. Okay, so we will go to INT function. We have a set of numbers. We are going to perform the INT function as well as the trunc function on that, and you will see the difference. INT, you can see here, rounds a number down to the integer, nearest integer. It doesn't say it is the integer, it is the nearest integer down to the nearest integer. Okay, and so if you apply integer on this number 55.8, what happens? You will see it is 55. Very fine, it returns with the 55. This is what the integer part of the number. Okay, if I do the same with the 34.2, it also 34. It's irrespective of the point 8, which is greater than 5 or less than 5, less than 0.5. It doesn't care about the decimal part. It is not adding 1 to the integer part. It is not rounding off or anything. It just simply leaves the decimal part. It's very fine so far. INT of minus 45.9, what happens? You see it gives minus 46, not minus 45. Okay, it is not purely the integer part of the number. What it is doing is that it goes to the nearest, down to the nearest integer. That is what happening here. It downs to the nearest integer. For 55.8 is 55. Okay, down to the nearest integer for 34.2 is 34. But minus 45.9 for the negative number, down to the nearest integer is minus 46, not minus 45. For positive numbers it gives the integer part. Negative number goes, it is down to the nearest it is more negative. Okay, minus 46. Okay, irrespective of it is it is greater than 0.5 or not, the decimal part, it also does the same. It's not rounding off anything for more than 5. It is the same. It goes to the nearest integer, which is minus 8.2 is minus 9. Go to the nearest integer. Similarly for 0.07, which is 0. Okay, minus 0.07, it's very interesting. It gives minus 1. You may expect it is 0, but it is not, because the nearest integer down is minus 1. Okay, this is what happening in integer INT function. So you must be very careful. If you think integer function gives you the integer part of the number, it is wrong. For positive it's true, because the lowest integer is lower integer, nearest to lower integer is nothing but the integral integer part of the number, so it happens as integer part of the number. But negative numbers, it is not true. Okay, but what happens in trunc? Okay, first of all, what is trunc? Truncates the number to an integer by removing the decimal or fractional part of the number. You can remove any decimal part, okay, up to any digits in trunc. If you are not providing up to any digit, it takes 0 as default and removes the full decimal part. So you can just give a trunc of the number, but I am not providing how many digits to be removed, so it is 0. That means remove all the decimal part. it is trunk of 55.8 is 55. Similarly for 34.2 is 34, minus 45.9 is minus 45. So it is not go to the lowest integer, it just give the integer part of the number. So trunk is the one giving you the integer part of the number, irrespective of whether the number is positive or negative. Also minus 8, this is 0.07, remove the decimal part and 0, and minus 0.07 is minus 0, which is 0. Okay, and also trunk can do a part of decimal. I can remove up to 2 digits, just keep 2 digits, so 55.34. so I just trunk, I want to keep only one decimal part, comma 1. After that it will remove, it won't round off, it just truncates. Okay, for negative numbers what happens? 2 digits, it works as expected, minus 45.98. okay, the remaining third and fourth digit in the decimal part is it's leaving the digits. Okay, trunk of only one digit, which is 8 minus 8.2. for our decimal numbers, two digits, 0.07, only the decimal part, because it is a decimal number. Trunk of this, 2 digits again, minus 0.07. okay, if I give only one digit, which is 0.0, which is 0, minus 0.0, which is 0. okay, so trunk is working like this, and it is totally different from the INT. okay, for positive number, and trunk provides only one. If you provide only one argument for the positive numbers, both the integer INT function and trunk works as expected, the same. But for the negative number, integer number goes for lowest nearest integer, lower nearest integer down, but trunk is just removing the decimal part. okay, hope this example explains clearly the difference between integer and trunk, and see you on the next video, and God bless you. If possible, please subscribe to my channel.